Okay, I'm starting another YouTube about March 19, 2013. Okay, I'm waiting for this thing to come up. Okay, March 19, 2013, when my daughter was kidnapped, was a very unusual day. Because on March 19, 2013, it was also a blue moon. It was also the same date that Pope Francis was inaugurated and took his throne in the Holy Temple in Rome. Okay, now I want to talk about guardianship. Okay, in order for a judge to sign anyone under guardianship by law, the person has to petition the court. Okay, the person has to show just cause by law. Okay, and there has to be an incapacity report. None of this was done. The judge then has 20 days to bring the person to court. Since the person is an adult, okay, the person has to have an attorney, not a guardian ad litem. Okay, she tried to, Knisley tried to make her have a guardian ad litem. When the judge was changed to Ingrid, it became an attorney. Okay, Ingrid went by law. Okay, a guardian ad litem is only done if you're a minor. Okay, and you can't take guardianship on an adult or person over the age of 18 unless they consent to it. Okay, in the state of Montana, judges like Knisley signed guardianship over to people like Lori Peterson Yadamoto. She basically, what Lori Peterson Yadamoto is a serial killer. Okay, what she does is she gets guardianship on seniors in secret court. Okay, she goes into the home. They've got these apartments, these long-term senior care apartments in Billings, Montana, where she places these people against their will. Okay, there's only so many apartments there, or they put them in nursing homes. Okay, she then becomes their doctor. Okay, I took photographs of her and Holly Boyson wearing these little white jackets. Okay, where they dress up as doctors. Okay, they have this condition called Munchausen syndrome by proxy. Okay, they lie and fake good, like they're taking care of the elderly and they're taking care of the disabled. My daughter doesn't even need care. Okay. She was never under guardianship for 29 and a half years, okay? She called every state in the union stalking me, trying to find a case that didn't exist, okay? Alleging abuse that didn't exist, that she's being severely abused and neglected, but there was no incident of abuse and neglect, okay? Okay, I have gained some weight since the case, but during the case, I was just a little bit of a thing. I think I was about 120 pounds. And I'm 5'2.5". My daughter, when she was taken, was 5'4", 167 pounds. Person that can overpower me, that's much stronger than me. Okay, of course, my daughter has a very sweet nature and doesn't behave like that. Nobody in the family does. I failed to leave out that my daughter is Hawaiian Chinese and that she's dark complected because I'm basically colorblind. You know, I was born and raised in the Bronx, New York with black, white, and Puerto Rican, and I basically, you know, have difficulty noticing color. You know, I lived in Hawaii for such a long time, and I've had Filipino, Chinese, Japanese friends, and people from every race, Mexican, you know, you name it. I was buddies with them. And I basically, you know, even when I went to Montana, you know, I was basically colorblind with this Michelle person, you know, because I guess I was unaware of the fact that the Native American Indians are still being very poorly treated in the state of Montana, and that this woman was actually a racist herself and did not like white people. Okay, because you don't have to be white to be a racist. I mean, there's racism in every race. But I think that the big card in this thing was my daughter's coloring. And Holly had a problem with when because she broke into my house like over 5 times, you know, within the year and a half that she was doing this, that she was premeditating this, okay, with all kinds of false complaints and everything, which actually she was initiating these calls ever since the YMCA. I mean, it was even in her report that she went back to the YMCA, that she stalked both my son and my daughter and wanted to interview them. A 27-year-old man? and a 29-year-old woman, she wants to interview them, a man that's 5'10", and to the best of my knowledge, she wanted guardianship also on my son so that she could get his check. And I think from the very beginning she wanted guardianship on me. You know, and basically what I think it was I think that they were going to put me someplace and give me some kind of medication and kill me, because according to Dr. Boots's report, he wanted to have me injected with some antipsychotic medicine, which after having weight loss surgery probably would have killed me. You mean 62 years you've never taken medicine? You've never been hospitalized? You've never been under mental health care? And because you go to Voc Rehab and you want to you know, learn a job on the internet and have to do some work on the internet, some wacko comes in and says, look, let's just make her look bad and pay somebody a couple of $1,000s and actually does entrapment. Okay? Because she was trying to trap me. You know, she doesn't protect seniors. She abuses them. She's a complete bully. I didn't see my daughter for 3 weeks. I didn't even know where she was. She allowed me one phone call. Okay, what was my daughter in jail? She was out at this Phyllis Russell's house. She wasn't even allowed to go to a mini mart or leave the house by herself. She was under 24-hour house arrest, basically. You know, and she dropped the name Phyllis, you know, and then, you know, I looked it up on the internet and I came up with this Phyllis Russell out in Laurel. I mean, she had her 20 miles out of town, you know, so that my daughter couldn't walk back home, because my daughter knows her way around Billings. And if she wasn't so far out, you know, she's not the type to go out there and hitchhike. She probably would have walked out of the house or in the middle of the night, and she probably would have walked back to the trailer. You know, and one of these police officers, she was calling the police up on me all the time. I mean, I don't break any laws. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. And, you know, my son had an occasional beer and everything, and she acted like it's a crime, but she's a stone-cold alcoholic. She's got beer in her refrigerator all the time. She smoked crack. She smoked pot. She's been from man to man since she's a young teenager and everything. And Billings Clinic, not Billings, Billings, Montana is no Puritan town. Okay, the town has 2 strip joints, which they do bottomless, where women swing on poles for dollar tips. We accidentally went to one off of I-90, and they were lifting their legs up and showing their holes for dollar tips. You know, I said, the 99-cent horse. I says, you know, $10, $20 lap dances. Okay, and they got one out in Laurel too, where they tie guys up and they do all kinds of weird stuff. I don't see how much time I have. Okay, there was a skating ring that we went to when they were bored. Okay, and there was adults there, but you know, they didn't have, like in Florida they have like 18 and over, and then they have younger crowds, but they don't make enough money where they could do that. So the adults had to go with the kids, and there was like a lot of middle school kids there, and mostly middle school kids there, and some high school kids. And all the middle school kids were sexually active. I mean, you know, they were experimenting with sex, they were making out, they were sticking their fingers up each other, and as young as 12-year-old girls having intercourse. Okay? And in our trailer park, I mean, 14-year-old kids were running around. This boy that we met one day at the park told me about all his girlfriends and how he was having sex and everything. So this is a town that has strip joints, 2 of them, has casinos everywhere, pickup joints and everything. My kids went to, I guess there was this place, Peppers. But they didn't go on like the pickup nights. They went, Monday night was college night, and you got a $5 wristband, and it was all the beer you could drink. So my son liked to go there because he liked the college kids. He didn't like the other nights because, and I'd bring him there one day a week. And I mean, she's writing up that that my daughter was going in there, and I was trying to find somebody to have sex with her. You know, my daughter never even had a boyfriend the whole time we lived in Billings, Montana for 2 years. Never had sex once. And I think it's a crime that she didn't have a boyfriend, and that she was celibate the whole time. Because could you imagine if she did? Because everybody else in the town was allowed to do whatever they wanted to do, even 12-year-olds. Strip joints, and a horrible biker bar out in Laurel where they were holding her, a prisoner in that house, where all kinds of bikers went, and there was all kinds of disgusting, filthy things going on stage. I heard that some woman rubbed her vagina up against some guy, and she had crabs, and that the crabs crawled into his eyes and he went blind. This is how bad it is. And all these places where we lived out on the Heights on Main Street, I mean, there was this place, Bugsy's, where there was like bikers and all kinds of drunk women that would go there, and they were with all kinds of men. And this was an older crowd. So we went in there once or twice, but we didn't like it, and we never went back. And there was one blonde in there that I think she screwed everybody in the place. She was a stone-cold alcoholic. She thought she was it. She thought she ran the place and everything, and everybody in the place, you know, had taken a turn. And I can't understand. But there was a 14-year-old girl who was sexually used by her teacher. I guess they were, you know, she had his phone number and she would text him, and they had sex like 3 times. Do you know that I guess they sent her to see a psychologist, and this made world news. Judge Todd Bach said that she was cognitively beyond her years, and that she was consenting to the situation. Her name was Chelsea Morales. She was 14 years old. So according to Billings, Montana, a 14-year-old girl can consent to having sex with a 46-year-old man, but a 29-and-a-half-year-old woman doesn't have the right to consent to home insemination and do it herself and sign up at a sperm bank. And if you do this, you're going to be under guardianship for the duration of your life and under 24-hour supervision, and they're going to take money management. And Knisley was planning a witch trial. Okay? They were getting all these people. They were going to get all these psychologists and people from Special Olympics, people that I didn't even know, that I basically, you know, said hi and bye to and stuff. And she didn't like Logan. She came to my house and she said, "Does Logan have a disability?" I mean, it's all she had was dollar signs in her eyes. Running around in little white jackets and everything, and wanting to play doctor and everything. And you know something? Sterilization is against the law. Okay? And even to force somebody on birth control. Because it ended with a chip in her arm. Some implant from Planned Parenthood. And that's totally against the law. You know, but we're not going to get into that right now. But basically, what I want is, I want an attorney. I want a born-again Christian to take me to court. I want to go to federal court. I want to put all these people behind bars. The Illuminati versus the Holy Grail. Rollison. Sangreal, royal blood. It used to be Rollo, R-O-L-L-O-S-O-N. And they changed the spelling in 1813 in America. But anyway, I just can't believe how corrupt this country is. And, you know, what a bunch of pigs they were, and how perverted this whole thing was. And because basically, to want to sterilize an innocent person against their will, a 29-and-a-half-year-old woman that was in their custody until she was 30 years old, that's where the sexual abuse is. Okay, Holly Boyson is perverted, okay, and so is Laurie Peterson, and so is Julia Howard. And there is something really psychologically wrong with the judge, because you want to know who's delusional? Mary J. Knisley. Absolutely. No question about it. Thank you.